Hey guys, it's Emisky here, and I want to officially welcome us to our first official video on our YouTube channel. So first of all, do well to like, to share, and subscribe so you won't miss out on other educational videos. So this particular video will be talking about key levels, right? We'll be talking about key levels. Now this will be like a three episode video. So the episode one, which is this one right here, we'll be talking about introduction to key levels. That's how to identify key levels. Now the second episode will be how to identify high probability key levels. Now the third one will talk about key level refinement. So for this video, we'll be talking about key levels. So first of all, what are key levels? Now key levels are specific levels in the market where we expect buys or sells, right? Now these buys or sells can be in form of reversal or continuation, depending on what the structure is showing us, right? So basically we have three types of key levels. We have the A-shaped key level, we have the V-shaped key level, and we have the open close key level. A-shaped key level, V-shaped key level, and open close key level. Now what are A-shaped key levels? A-shaped key levels, just like how the name implies, A-shaped key levels, A-shaped key levels, right? A-shaped key levels, just like how the name implies, they are always like the A shape, right? They're always like the A shape, right? So the A-shaped key levels are all like this. When you go to the line chart, it's always printed like this on the line chart. We'll see identify it. I'm just trying to give you a wrap up of what the A-shaped key level is. Now the A-shaped key level are specific levels that, like the A-shape, are levels in the market where we expect sales to occur. That is, we expect price to do what? To trade into it like this. We expect price to what? To trade into it like this and start selling to the downside, right? We expect price to run into it, tap it, and start selling to the downside. Now that's all about the A-shaped key level. Now also on the candle chart, the A-shaped key level can be like this. That's the closing price and opening price of two different candles. That the closing price of a bullish candle and the opening price of a bearish candle. Now this is how it looks like on the candle chart. Now this is the first candle. Let's say this is a bullish candle. Now we expect what? A bearish candle to form like this. So you can see that the opening and the closing price of the bullish and the bearish candle is what makes our what? A-shaped key level, right? Is what makes our A-shaped key level. So it's always like this, like the A sign on the chart. Now, this particular A-shaped key level is made to be used for what? For sales in the market. Now there can be scenarios whereby probably the moment price printed this A-shaped key level. Now the next candle was supposed to sell off it like this to the downside, was made to sell off this key level to the downside. Now if it engulfs it, if it breaks it to the upside, there are scenarios whereby an A-shaped key level, which is supposed to be used for sales, can be used for what? Buys in the market. That price can come, run into it, tap it, and continue the buys, right? Now that's why I say something that it depends on what the structure is present to. The key level are just points in the market where we can get reversals or we can get continuations in the market. Now that's that about A-shaped key level. Now we also have what we call the V-shaped key level. That is the opposite of what the A-shaped key level. Now the V-shaped key level are specific points in the market where we want to buy from, right? We want to buy from all this point. The V-shape on our chart is always like this. It's always printed like this, V-shape, right? And we expect what? Buys off this particular V-shaped key level. Now, the V-shaped key level is like this on the line chart. We expect price to run into it, tap this level, and start buying to the upside. And that's that about V-shape. Now, the candle chart, it's the opening and the closing price of a bearish and a bullish candle. Now, this is a bearish candle, right? We know that a bearish candle closes below, right? Now, the bullish candle opens below as well. So it is the closing price and the opening price of what? Of a bullish candle makes what? Our A-shaped key level. Now, this is how it looks like on our chart. Looks like this on the chart. Now, what would you expect of this key level? We expect price to run into it, tap it, and continue buying to the upside, right? Now, there are scenarios whereby instead of price to use it buy, price can do something like this. Probably disrespect that key level. This was closing of this bullish candle. Price opens and breaks this level here, right? Now, the moment price breaks this level, now what do we expect from it? Price can still do something like this, tap it, and use it for sales continuation in the market. Now that's that about A-shaped key level and V-shaped key level. We also have what we call what? We have the open close key level. Now the open close key level, we have two types of open close key level. We have the bullish open close key level and we have the bearish open close key level. Now the bullish open close key level, what is that about? The bullish open close key level is two consecutive bullish candle makes the bullish open close key level, right? Now, just like how the name implies, open close, it is the opening and the closing price of two consecutive bullish candles. Now we have it like this. Price can print a bullish candle going to the upside, right? It closes above here. Now the next candle does what? It opens here. The moment it opens here and taps like this, now we can call this particular level what? This is the closing of this first candle. This is the opening of the second candle. Now this particular level here is what we call what? The open close key level. Now what do we expect of the open close key level? The bullish open close key level. We want to use it for what? Buys in the market. Now we expect price to come here, tap this level and start buying to the upside. Now a bullish open close key level, just like how the A-shaped key level, we have a scenario whereby it does not do its function, but rather do the opposite of its function. Also, the bullish open close key level, there are instances whereby we are expecting price to buy off it, but probably the next candle does what? It breaks that level to the downside like this. Now what do we expect? This A-shaped key level, this open close key level that was supposed to be used for buys, can still be used for what? Sells in the market. That price can tap it like this and start selling to the downside. I will probably show us all these things on the chart. I'm just trying to give us a pictorial example of what I'm talking about, right? Now we can see price do something like this, tap that level and continue buying to the downside, right? We can see price do something like this, tap this particular bullish open close key level that was supposed to be used for sales, breaks it to the downside, now goes back into it, tap that same level and continue our sales in the market. Now that's that about the bullish open close key level. Now let's talk about what? The bearish open close key level. The bearish open close key level is formed by two consecutive bearish candles, right? It's formed by two consecutive bearish candles, right? Two consecutive bearish candles like this printed in the market gives us what we call what? Our bearish open close key level, right? Gives us what we call our bearish open close key level. Now what do we expect of this particular bearish open close key level? We want to use it for what? Sales in the market, right? We want to use it for sales in the market. Now also there are instances whereby probably price can disrespect this candle to the upside. Now what do we expect next? Price will come back into it, tap this level and continue. Now price can do what? Come into this level back. Price can come into this level back, right? Into this level that really price can come to this level, tap here and continue buying to the upside. Now that's that about key levels. Now on this video we have talked about open close key level, we have talked about bullish key level, we have talked about bearish key level, we have talked about the three type of key level we have. Now let's go to our chart and see examples of all these key levels we are talking about. Let's see examples of all these key levels we have been talking about. Now let's come to our chart. So this is our chart right here. This is our chart right here. Now let's identify our A-shaped key level. Now remember I see something, our A-shaped key level are made to be used for what? Buys, sales in the market rather. Our A-shaped key level are made to be used for sales in the market. Now let's identify it. Now remember I say something. The best way to identify our A-shaped key level and our V-shaped key level is by what? Switching to our line chart. Now on the line chart, we have all these A's in the market as what? A-shaped key level. Now this is an A-shaped key level here. You can see it here. Now let's come back to candle chart and see what happened. Now you can see the moment price tapped this key level, it sold off to the downside, right? So that's an example. That's an example of what? A-shaped key level fulfilling its role in the market. Now let's look for more examples of A-shaped key level and how price used them to sell in the market. Now let's look for more examples. Now we also have, let's go back to the line chart. We also have this one here right here. It's an A-shaped key level here that happened here. Now what happened? Let's see. Let's go back to the chart. You can see price tapped that level and sold to the downside. Now that's another example of our A-shaped key level doing its function in the market, right? Now let's look for more examples. There are lots and lots of A-shaped key levels printed in the market, but not all will perform its function. So that's why I'm just trying to look for the ones that did its function. Probably when we study across all the videos on this particular series, the key level series, we understand why some of these key levels are made to hold and why some are not made to hold. So let's look for more A-shaped key levels on the market. Now we can see this one here that happened. It is an A-shaped key level, right? You can see what happened. Price tapped that level and sold to the downside. So that's that about A-shaped key levels in the market. Now let's talk about V-shaped key levels. V-shaped key levels are made to be used for what? Buys in the market. Now you can see an example of a V-shaped key level here, right? This is an example of a V-shaped key level. You can see what? Price tapped that level and bought to the upside, right? Now that's an example of a V-shaped key level fulfilling its function in the market, right? Now let's look for more examples. You can see this particular one happening here as well. This is a V-shaped key level happening here. If you also check on the line chart, it's printed clearly. The V-shaped key level happening here, printed on the line chart. You can see price tapped that level and bought to the upside. You can see this previous one that happened here as well. It's also a V-shaped key level. Price tapped that same level again and bought as well in the market. So that's just that about V-shaped key levels doing its function in the market. Now let's talk about the bullish open close key level. The bullish open close key level. We have an example here. Look at it. Open close key level here. Price tap that level and start buying to the upside, right? Now you can see another one happening here. Price tap the same level here and started buying to the upside. Now let's look for one more example of bullish open close key level. We have this one here as well. Price tap this level here as well and started buying to the upside, or we can rather push it down to this level as well. You can see this is an open close key level here. Price tapped it and we bought to the upside, right? So that's that about bullish open close key level. Now let's talk about bearish open close key level. Bearish open close key level are key levels that are supposed to be used for sales in the market. Now we have this example printed right here. You can see here, this is a bearish open close key level. Price tapped it and sold in the market, right? And let's look for more examples. Let's look for more examples of bearish open close key levels. Now we have this one here as well. Price tapped this level again. You can see price sold off this level in the market. We have a lot and lot of open close key levels in the market. Now it's left to you to be able to identify which one is high probability. Now across the next video we'll talk about that. So let's just talk about identification of bearish open close key level. You can see this one right here. It's a missed entry, but the price was made to tap it and sell, right? Now that's examples of what bearish open close key level. Now on this particular video I've talked about examples of what open close key level. I've talked about bullish open close key level examples. I've talked about bearish open close example. I've talked about A-shaped key level, as I've also talked about the V-shaped key level, right? Now let's talk about scenarios in the market whereby this particular key level does not do its function, but does the opposite of what it's made to do. Now let's come to our chart again and see. You can see from this level, here, right? Let's look for examples. All right, so okay, you can see this particular one that happened here. You can see this is a bearish open close key level that was supposed to be used for size, but the moment price broke it to the upside, you can see what price came back into it, tapped it, and we got off this key level. Now you can see this particular one happening. This is a bullish open close key level that's supposed to be used for sell, for buys, right? You can see what happened here. The moment price disrespected, price tapped it and made a bit of reaction to the downside. Now let's look for more examples. You can see this one happening here as well. This is a bullish open close key level here. Price disrespected it, tapped it, and we sold off it in the market, right? Now you can see this part. There are so many in the market. It's just there for you to be able to identify it and make profits of it, right? So that's an example of bullish open close key level and bearish open close key level doing the opposite of what they are meant to do. Now let's look at A-shaped key level and V-shaped key level. Remember I said something, an A-shaped key level is supposed to be used for sales in the market, and a V-shaped key level is meant to be used for buys in the market. Now you can see that there are some instances whereby an A-shaped key level is supposed to be used for buys. A V-shaped key level that's supposed to be used for buys can be used for sales in the market. Now let's look for example before we call it a wrap up in this video. Now let's look for examples of V-shaped key level that's supposed to be used for buys, but price used it for sales in the market. Let's look for examples. Trying to get examples. Let me go to a bearish market. I get that perfect on the bearish market. So let's look for examples here. Now you can see from here, this is a V-shaped key level. If you look at the line chart, this is a V-shaped key level here, right here. You can see it here. Now let's look at what price did with it. You can see when price broke it to the downside on the candle chart, price came back, tapped that level, and we sold off it. Now a V-shaped level is supposed to be used for buys, but price rather used it for what? Sales in the market. Now let's look for more examples. You can see this particular area as well. This is a V-shaped key level that's supposed to be used for buys. Now what happened? Price broke it, came back, tapped into it, and used sales continuation in the market, right? Now that's an example of V-shaped key level doing the opposite of what they are meant to do. Now let's look at what A-shaped key level. An A-shaped level is supposed to be used for sales in the market. Now there are instances where an A-shaped key level can be used for what? Buys rather than sales in the market. Now you can see from here. Let's look for an example, a perfect example for us. Let me see. This is a perfect one. You can see from here. This is an A-shaped key level that got disrespected by price. What happened? Price came back into it, tap it, and used it for buys in the market, right? Now, let's look for one more example before calling the wrap up on this video. Let's look for one more example. So you can see from here as well. This is an A-shaped key level. Price disrespected it. It was supposed to be used for buy, but it was a miss, right? You can see price came back into this level again. Tapped it and made some buys off it. So that's all about key levels. Now, key levels are reaction points in the market where we anticipate continuations or reversals. There are three types of key levels: A-shaped key level, V-shaped key level, and the open close key level. The A-shaped key level are meant to be used for sales in the market. The V-shaped key level are meant to be used for buys in the market. Also, the open close key level, we have two types. Bullish open close key level made to be used for buys. Bearish open close key level made to be used for sells in the market. Now, do well to like, subscribe, and share our video. Now, that's that about this video. See you in the next video. We'll be talking about high probability key levels. Thank you very much for watching.